Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. So if that's your vibe, please consider hitting subscribe. And today I want to talk about galactomyces ferment. Oh yeah. This is one of the ingredients that I really love. And when I see it on an ingredients list, I get very excited. So today we're going to explore this ingredient, talk about what it is, what it can do for your skin. And of course, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite products that contain galactomyces ferment. So if you're so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump right in. So galactomyces ferment was discovered around the 1970s, and it actually has a pretty famous origin story. And the story goes that in the 1970s, skincare researchers from the brand SK-II, the very famous Japanese brand, SK-II, they were doing some research in a sake brewery. And one of the researchers noted that the workers had really gorgeous hands. They were firm and supple, even-toned, wrinkle-free, bright, and that wasn't really matching up with the workers' faces. They're like, wow, you have such beautiful, youthful hands. That's not what's happening on your face. So like, what's going on with your hands? And they started to realize that the workers' hands were coming in constant contact with yeast as part of the fermentation process for the sake. So they're like, we got to research this yeast. We got to look into this. There's got to be something going on here. And after lots and lots of research, they did isolate a strand of yeast called galactomyces ferment. And this is where all the goodness lies. And this is the story behind the snatched hands. So galactomyces ferment has a lot of benefits for the skin. First and foremost, it's packed full of amino acids, vitamins, and minerals, which really help support overall healthy skin and, help to support a healthy moisture barrier function. Amino acids are so good for hydrating the skin. And speaking of hydration, galactomyces ferment has been shown to help increase hyaluronic acid in the skin. Your body actually naturally produces hyaluronic acid, and that's what helps keep it hydrated. And galactomyces ferment can kind of help stimulate that process. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch when it comes to helping hydrate the skin. It also is so great at protecting the skin from damage, and it has a very strong antioxidant effect on the skin. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles, and galactomyces ferment can really help to brighten up your complexion. Not only does it contribute to that really healthy lit from within, like even glow on the skin, it can actually help to target hyperpigmentation and dark marks on the skin too. So it does everything. We've got brightening, we've got skin health, we've got well aging. Now you understand why this discovery was kind of a big deal. And actually what SK-II ended up doing with their discovery of galactomyces ferment was bottling it in the very famous SK-II treatment essence. And they labeled it Pitera. So you hear the SK-II marketing around Pitera. That is galactomyces ferment. That is their discovery. They believe in it so much, they put it in a very expensive bottle in a really highly concentrated formula. Now the SK-II treatment essence is beautiful. I have been lucky enough to try it, and it is a wonderful example of highly concentrated galactomyces ferment. From the scent alone, it smells really fermented. It smells really yeasty. It's got a very strong scent. I actually kind of enjoy it, but not everybody is going to. And it really demonstrates all the benefits that I just talked about. This really brightens up your skin. It really makes it look so healthy, so glowy. It helps to refine the skin, soften it, condition it. I noticed that it helped to refine. I have quite large pores on my nose, like who doesn't, right? It really helped to refine the look of those. Just overall, it was a wow type of product for sure. And it's very expensive. It's weird for me to sit here and be like, it's amazing, you should buy it, but don't, because it's so expensive. It's super expensive. If that is part of your skincare budget, I say go for it. There's really nothing else like it out there. It's like just the most highly concentrated, best version of Galactomyces ferment. Lucky for us on a budget though, there are so many other products that are not SK2 that demonstrate what Galactomyces ferment can do for your skin at a much friendlier price tag. And that's where I'm going to focus the video on today, is the slightly more affordable versions of Galactomyces ferment that I think are also awesome and deserve just as much love. One of my favorites is the Scenic First Treatment Essence. This is considered a first essence, and simply what that means is this is an essence that you would put first in your skincare routine before any other skincare products. Now, traditionally, you may know that like you should put on a hydrating toner, then your essence, then a serum, like traditionally speaking, right? First essences just kind of switch that order a little bit and say put that first essence on first before toner. That really comes down to the texture. They're very, very thin. They're not even as watery and hydrating or thick feeling, if you will, as a toner. They're so thin, and they just go right up into the skin, like just absorbed super quickly. So it makes sense texture wise why you would put them first. Some of the benefits of a first essence are that they really help the absorption of anything else that you put on top of it, which is another compelling reason why you would want to put this at the beginning of your skincare routine to help that toner and serum and everything else absorb better into your skin and potentially work better for your skin. So it also is kind of like a skin prep product. So that's a little primer on first essences. If you want to learn a little bit more, I do have a video all about essences that kind of breaks down the different types. You can check it out right here because essences are a passion of mine. But let's get back to the Scenic Essence. Like I said, this is really one of my favorite, really affordable first essences that use a high concentration of Galactomyces ferment. We have 90% being used here alongside a niacinamide and licorice root extract. Now, you know niacinamide is going to help the brightening benefit here. Licorice root also has a brightening benefit to it, along with a skin soothing benefit. And you'll see that this ingredients list is very minimal. I personally find it to be sensitive skin friendly. There's not a lot of like plant extracts in here. There's not a lot going on. It's a very simply formulated essence, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I personally really like it. And so yeah, the texture is thin, it's quickly absorbed, it's really easy to fit it into any skincare routine. I don't think it's going to interfere with any products, and I think it'll suit all skin types because that texture is just so universal. And what I love about this is it works so fast. You know, one of the benefits I think that we're all seeking for when we reach for an essence, or particularly Galactomyces ferment, is the brightening. We want to see a noticeable, healthy brightness in our skin, and that's what this really delivers, in my opinion, and it delivers it quite fast. I mean, honestly, just like on the I think it was like the third or fourth day that I first started using this, and this was many years ago, I noticed that my skin brightened up right away. I was like, hey, my skin's looking really healthy and glowy. I'm always chasing that in my skincare products, and I always am expecting to get that from First Essences. This does not fail to deliver. I absolutely enjoy this one so much, and it really is one of my top recommendations. If you're looking for a First Essence, if you're looking for Galactomyces, if you're looking for something on a budget, this is one of my favorites. Let's talk about the Cosrx Galactomyces 95 Tone Balancing Essence. Now, the name suggests the percentage here, 95% of Galactomyces ferment. And this is actually what I personally call a traditional essence. So we talked about what a first essence is. A traditional essence is going to be the type of product that you would put in between toner and serum. So this isn't necessarily prepping your skin or really aiding with the absorption, but it is more of like what we would kind of consider to be like, yeah, a traditional essence. So this is going to go on right after toner, and you can tell by the texture, this has more heft to it. It's got more body. It's almost like a loose gel type of texture, but it's very watery, quickly absorbed. It's not sticky. It's incredibly hydrating for the skin. There's a couple of other ingredients in here that are really contributing to the hydration factor, like panthenol betaine. We have sodium hyaluronic, glycerin, and this also has some niacinamide, which I think just ups the brightening benefit of the galactomyces in here. So not only are you getting all of that galactomyces benefit, but you're getting lots of hydration, really, really plump skin. And I really like the texture of this. I think it just feels so good on the skin. I do feel like this is not as big of a wow factor as like the Scenic is. And I think that just comes down to how fermented and like how concentrated the galactomyces in. Generally in first essences, you're getting really, really concentrated extracts that are like really highly fermented. And as you know, when things are like really fermented, it really just opens things up. It really like increases the amino acids and the antioxidant potential. Like it just makes everything supercharged. And of course, galactomyces is fermented, but like in this Cosrx formula, you can tell it's on the gentler side. Like you can just tell the difference. And that's how this product works for the skin. It's just gentler. It's just a little bit slower. It's maybe less of a like, whoa, my skin is brighter. This is the type of product where you're like, I don't know if this is working. And then like maybe you stop using it for a little bit. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, my skin is missing this. It was bright and I didn't realize it. Because it's just that silent, slow worker. It's just that type of product that like blink and you'll miss it. But it actually is in the background of everything else. It's really working hard for your skin. It's just not that like wham bam type of product. Nothing wrong with that. But it's good to know like what to expect with your results, especially when I'm recommending products. I try to include that so that you know what you're getting into. And I do think that this works slower. But we've got all the added addition of the humectants, you know, the extra hydration. If you're somebody who likes a lot of hydration, likes a lot of plumping, but maybe you don't need lots of toner, you're not super dehydrated, this could be a 2-in-1 product for you. This could be your essence and your toner because it brings so much hydration into the skin. We have to talk about the Secret Key Starting Treatment Essence. And this is a really popular, like cult classic K-beauty product. This is definitely the one that you'll hear a lot of people recommend as an alternative option to SK2. I think it's a nice product. It's just not my personal favorite, but I do want to talk about it in this video because like I said, it is incredibly popular. It's a very affordable option. And I think there's some compelling differences in this one compared to the Scenic, which, you know, I definitely do love and recommend. I think there's some compelling differences here. So in Secret Key, we do have galactomyces ferment, but we actually don't have niacinamide, which is going to be a theme through pretty much the rest of the products in this video. Galactomyces and niacinamide are paired together quite often, but in this formula, they're actually using Arbutin. And some people actually find Arbutin to work better for brightening their skin than niacinamide. They work to brighten the skin in 2 different ways. They inhibit the melanin a little bit differently, and so that's why some people have better success with Arbutin. Some people have better success with niacinamide. So if you've never tried Arbutin, but you've never been impressed with niacinamide, I think you should definitely pursue this ingredient, maybe with this product. There are quite a few different plant extracts here. I do want to point that out for sensitive skin folks. A little bit more going on in this formula. We do have an EGF peptide in here, which is great for regenerating and rejuvenating the skin. So definitely some interesting stuff happening on the ingredients list that's different. Again, a really thin, quickly absorbed, like really not hydrating type of texture. This is classified as a first essence. So again, this is something that's gonna, you know, be thinner and lighter than the rest of your skincare products and really work to prep your skin. So not much to report on the texture side. I think it's gonna work for everybody. There's just something about this I don't love. There is a little bit of silicone in the ingredients list. Keen eyes might have picked up on that already. And there's something about how it feels like when I put it on my skin, I'm just like, nah, you know, it's still thin, it's really light, but there's just something about it I don't love. It does soften your skin, but I don't know, it's just not for me. I did go through the testing process with this. This brightens your skin. I can vouch the product works. It's just not my cup of tea. I wanted to bring it up though because like I said, it's affordable, it's a community favorite, and this could be just the right mix of ingredients for you. I happen to be a huge fan of the Secret Key Starting Treatment Essence sheet mask. I used it this morning. I was like, oh yeah, I love the sheet mask. I just personally don't love the essence. For some reason, the formulation of the sheet mask is completely different. It actually doesn't use Arbutin, and it doesn't have, I don't think it has the silicones in it. And I love this sheet mask. It's super juicy, it's really hydrating, and it's very brightening. It always just makes my skin glow when I use it. Next up is the Sonrev Tri Bio Essence. And this has been all over my channel lately because this is one of my newer product discoveries that I'm falling so hard in love with. And part of the reason is because it contains galactomyces ferment, one of my favorite ingredients to find in essence products. Now, this is technically a first essence, although I do find it to be a little bit more hydrating in texture than the Scenic and the Secret Key. When I say a little bit, I really do mean just a little bit. This is still very thin. This is not a toner replacement, but it just has a little bit more hydration oomph than the other two products, but not as hydrating as the Cosrx. But let's talk about the formulation here, because I think besides the texture, the formulation here is different than what we've talked about so far. It's really harnessing galactomyces and other fermented ingredients. I think it's a little bit more sophisticated, maybe even slightly more complex than the other products that we've talked about. So we've got galactomyces along with rice ferments of Saccharomyces and Aspergillus. And we also have Bifida ferment lysate. Now, I want to talk about this one because this is a great ingredient to support skin health. It's really great for your skin's moisture barrier, and it is considered a probiotic ingredient, which helps to support a healthy skin microbiome. Now, you may be seeing this trend popping up in skincare. It's all the rage right now with skincare researchers. How your skin microbiome informs healthy skin and how it can support your skin's moisture barrier function. I did talk a little bit about this in a recent video about the skin microbiome and how it helps to support the skin moisture barrier. So you can check that video right here, or I'll put it in the description box too. So it's a really interesting topic. I am really fascinated by all this research, but needless to say, this is an ingredient that has proven itself to support healthy skin. And it's great to see it here in this essence because, as you know, galactomyces also helps to support a healthy skin moisture barrier. Now we've got this addition of the microbiome support. So it's really interesting. You see why I said I think it's a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more multi-layered, a little bit more interesting maybe. And this may be the essence that's a little bit more geared towards helping to strengthen up skin, helping to support that healthy barrier function. Overall, I think it's a lovely, lovely essence for skin health. It also makes your skin glow. It makes your skin look really, really healthy. And overall, it's just a really nice one and a very different formulation than some of the other products we've talked about so far. And I want to talk about Then I Met You, the Giving Essence. Now, this is a really interesting essence that I personally feel like really supports healthy skin from multiple angles. So we do have galactomyces ferment in here, and you know that helps to support a healthy skin barrier. We also have the ferments of Saccharomyces and Aspergillus that's coming from rice. So that's definitely helping with brightening up the skin, right? And helping with skin health. We have 5% of niacinamide, which I always say is like the sweet spot with niacinamide. It helps to brighten up the skin, but it also helps to stimulate collagen production on the skin. That's what helps fight fine lines and wrinkles, right? And it also helps to stimulate ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acid production on the skin. You know, those are the major components of your skin barrier, so that's huge for skin health. Niacinamide, super sweet spot, right? Love it. And you know, at 5%, it's less likely to irritate your skin. That like when you go up to like 10, 15, 20%, right? There's possible irritation there. 5%, super, super sweet spot. Now you'll notice there are a lot of like fruit extracts, plant extracts here on the ingredients list. This is actually contributing to the antioxidant power in the essence. They are here for a reason. Plant extracts, I'm not against them, but I like to point them out because it's a mixed bag for like super sensitive skin. You never know what your skin is gonna react to with plant extracts. I have no problems with this, obviously, or else I wouldn't be talking about it, but it is contributing to the antioxidant in the essence. It just has so much going on. And like I said, it's kind of coming at skin health from multiple different angles. There is also some red algae in here, which is something that I find somewhat unique to K-beauty. I think it's an ingredient that you're going to see more on the Korean side of things, but it's really interesting. It can help with brightening up the skin, but I think its claim to fame really comes to its very, very gentle abilities to turn over dead skin cells on your skin. Very, very gentle. But that is also going to help with that like more renewed, rejuvenated, glowy look to your skin. The texture here is very different than anything we've talked about. This would be considered a traditional essence. You want to put this on after your toner, before your serum, and you'll see why with the texture. It's got a little body to it. It's got a little slipperiness to it too. That's definitely the red algae. It has that slippery feel to it, but it's not sticky and it's not tacky. It actually absorbs in the skin really nicely. A little bit of hydration here. I think it feels nice, like patting it into your skin. Your skin is going to feel a little bit more bouncy for having used it. I think it's got a nice texture, and I have used products with red algae in the past that I've not liked the texture of. This is not the case. This has been done in a really nice balanced way, and I really actually enjoy how this makes my skin feels, but I love the benefits of it too. Like I said, it's coming at healthy skin from so many angles. When I'm using this, I just feel like my skin is benefiting so much. Like I'm getting everything I need in one little like super concentrated bottle. So are you on the Galactomyces ferment train or not? Let me know in the comment box below. And if you love the video, you made it this far, but you have not hit subscribe yet, please do consider subscribing to my channel. I make a lot of new videos every single week just like this one, so do consider turning on notifications too so you're never out of the loop. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.